So here are some exercises we're going to do standing, 6 to 7 exercises, about 25 sets each. And we are going to do them standing up straight. However, eventually as you get stronger, you want to go quarter away and then like basically like 45 degree, and then maybe 70 degree, and then all at the end 90 degree, and do all these exercises in that alignment. But to begin with, we're going to do them all standing. So you're going to just stand with your knees soft, your belly tucked in, and your tailbone tucked under. We're just going to go like straight arms, palms facing each other. And you can see I'm not moving my hips, just the upper body and the mid back. If your back is comfortable, you can do a little bit of a twist and pull the elbow back, but with a resist. So the elbow goes back and the palm goes forward, the fingers go forward with a resist. So you keep going as I add to the instructions. Keep your shoulders down, keep your hips steady, so your hips is square facing forward, and just you feel this in your upper to maybe mid back. And again, if your back is comfortable, you do the elbows farther back and add a tiny bit of a twist. If not, you just keep it here. Keep your shoulders down. So I'm going to do the whole thing with you so you can watch this as you're doing it each time, or eventually you do it on your own. Or you can just listen to my voice. If you're, let's say, at work and you find a space to do this, you can just hear the instruction. So just palms facing each other, fingers all together, and you're sort of like putting your fingers into a space, like into a mush. And again, if the back is comfortable, you pull the elbows farther back. And I think we're about right here, and we're gonna stop. And then you're gonna face again the same direction, maybe widen the feet a bit more, maybe twice your hip distance. And this time, same arms, but we're gonna go diagonal. We're gonna go diagonal, diagonal. Again, keep the hips square. The hip is not going anywhere, just the mid upper back. And again, if this is comfortable, you pull the elbow back and you do a little bit of a twist without moving the hip with you. Keep the hip steady. So here you can get really into your obliques and into putting your elbows back in your back. And if this is too much, you just keep everything straight. Just push, pull the arms. Make sure you're breathing. This is so good for your shoulders, for your arms, for your back, mainly. That's the purpose of these things, mainly for the back. And again, keep your belly strong. Bottom is tucked under a little bit. 5 more sets. And last set. And release it. Okay. Shake the arms. Then bend your knees again, hip distance apart. Keep your back nice and steady. We're going to lift one arm and pull the other arm behind you. Lift and pull. Lift and pull. Keep your shoulders down. And again, the purpose here is to strengthen the whole back. So while your low back needs help, we're going to strengthen everything else to support that low back. Again, I'm doing the whole thing with you instead of just showing you shorter versions, just to have this as something that you put on and you do the whole thing. One, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. So it's about 25. I'm not really counting, but it's about 25 sets. And then from there, we're gonna, let me see which one I want to do now. We're gonna just bring the hands together, and then we're gonna just go with the elbows side to side. And again, we're not twisting at the hip. If you want to twist, you add a little bit of the upper and mid body, mid torso. And again, if this is comfortable, you keep it straight and you just do the shoulder part until the mid upper back gets more comfortable. You add that, the mid lower back can stay steady. And then when the mid back is comfortable, you can twist it more. But you notice my head and my hips are facing forward. So keep going to the extent. So I'm going to keep my back straight and not much twist. But you do as much as it feels comfortable. So that's your key, especially at the beginning. You want to do less than more until you know that you're good. Because you don't want to do these and feel pain and not do them again. You want to do them to a point that you can repeat them twice a day, perhaps. One in the morning, and in the morning you do it a little bit easier because your body is just beginning to awaken. And then one is more toward the end of the day, in the evening or afternoon. 5 more. And last one. And release it. And you know, if you hear your back cracks, that's very normal. That's very normal when the spine is adjusting. So we're going to do a version of that a little bit later, but for now, we're going to bring the arms straight forward and we're going to push one back and bring forward, push the other back. And again, notice nothing else is moving except the arms. If your back is good with this, so you do this maybe a set of 5 or 7, and if your back is comfortable, your arms might get tired, but so be it. That's okay. That's good pain. But if the back is comfortable and you're okay with this, you follow the hand with your eyes. You follow with your eyes and the hands. And again, notice my hip is not twisting because I want to keep the low back in place. And this could make you a little bit dizzy, but that's also good, which means your balance needs a recheck. And this is good for people who also get vertigo. So that way, if you do this, that's a preventive for that. If you frequently get vertigo feelings and you're in a good state, you can do this as a preventive measure. If you're breaking a sweat, that's a good thing. And again, I'm just doing these as my own counts, but when you do this on your own, you want to do maybe 25 sets on each side, on 50 on each side, 25 sets. And let's do 3 more. 2 more. Again, if your arms are getting tired, good for you. 1 more. And release it. And shake. Okay. So we're going to do, remember this one we did? We're going to now do it with the arms or hands open. And we're going to go like that. It's almost like you're saying no, no, no. And again, you can keep it only here with the upper body moving, or you can go a little bit more and try to keep the hip as steady as you can. So it's good to do this having a mirror so you can see if you're turning, you know, your hip. So you don't want to turn the hip yet. Because when we do these in bending forward eventually, that's the alignment we're looking for. We're going to keep the hips steady as we bend forward and add gravity and weight to these exercises. So just breathe here. And if any of this is uncomfortable, just make it smaller. Just make it smaller to the upper mid back and upper back. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release it. And shake it. I most probably have forgotten one of them or not, but that's okay. Next what I want to show you is, remember I told you about hip flexors? To support the back, you want to not just work the back, because when the back is pain, you can't work it, but you want to strengthen the glute glutes and the hamstrings. So the glutes you already know, with squats you can strengthen the glutes, and the way you push up and squeeze at the top, that helps. You can do wall sit, that strengthen the quads and the hamstrings. But one of the thing is the hip flexors are hard to do. So this one, if you have a wall handy, you just lift the leg and then you hold it, and you start feeling here. Your foot is flat on the wall and you lift it as high as you can, even if it's here. But you want to lift it to a point. If you can't lift it very high, that literally tells you your hip flexors needs work. And then you release. Then you find a wall on the other side, so you actually may need a wall. And then you lift, and you feel almost like a cramping here. That helps it. If this is difficult standing, you can do it sitting down. Of course, as you know, you can put a height under your bottom. I always do, because that helps with the back. And what you do is you lift and you put up, and you lift and you put back. Again, notice the foot is straight. You lift and you put out, lift and you put in. These are not easy. They look easy, but they're not. So you gotta tell me how they feel, because they do get this hip flexor. We're gonna do maybe 10 on each side. If it's too much, you do 5, you shake, you do 5 on the other side. Notice if one side is easier than the other side. You wanna lift. It's also good to put a water bottle underneath so you can lift and clear the water bottle. And then you shake it and you do your other 5 on the other side until you can build to 10. Since I told you we're gonna do this together, I'm gonna hold that for 2 more, 1 more, and then shake it, last side. And then the other thing is that you can leave the mat ones to later and just do the standing ones at one point and do the other ones later if you don't have enough time. We're gonna also, planks. You can practice your plank for a moment, but I also want to show you the hamstring stretch. So it's very important to do hamstring stretch, and you literally can do this at work at your desk. Find a space to put something lower. You can put a box or something, and you just put your heel on it. Again, keep your hips square, and you go lower and up. So this is what I meant by stretching the hamstring isometrically, but then make a dynamic movement by bending the other knee. Notice my back is straight. I'm not doing anything with my back, but as I go down, I feel more of the stretch in my glute and the connection where the hamstring and glute come together. And then here, you can hold for 30 seconds. I know, but if you're at work and you can do this seated, you literally can sit on your chair and put your leg and bend like that and still work. You do that for 30 seconds, and then the standing movement gives you that flexibility to add another 30 seconds of dynamic movement. And now you may say, well, a minute is a long time, but there's every hour of the day you're awake. That's, let's say 10 hours a day, you're awake. That's 600 minutes. So one of those 600s can be stretching your quad. And then you change that. Again, back flat, straight. You feel the stretch. The more you make your foot straight, like the foot is against the wall, you push the big toe side, the more you feel the back of the leg. And then when you bend and you straighten, you feel more of that stretch. You want to feel it in the hamstring, stretching. And again, you do a total of a minute on this side. And again, if you're just seated, you just hold it here. You push that hip, that's the leg that you're stretching, you push that hip back, you push the big toe side of that foot forward, and then you just hold that to stretch those hamstrings. that helps tremendously for the back. So, and then just for the kicks, let's do the plank too, because we're here. The plank, the good thing about the plank is that, you know, you're not moving anything. All you're doing, you're pushing your belly up, your bottom down. So you imagine there is a kid sitting on your butt and your belly is pushing up, your thighs are pushing up. So thighs are pushing up, belly is pushing up, butt is pushing down. And then here you can do the saw. Again, nothing is happening to the back. And then you can also do a little bit of a twist here if the back is comfortable. Maybe we refrain from that for now. But if you like, if you don't like the saw, just hold it. And even, you know, 30 seconds, I think we did about 30 seconds. It's a good start. So I hope this helps.